You're sitting in a math class. The teacher explains a new concept, and most students grasp the logic in a matter of minutes. They're already taking notes and solving problems. But if you glance over to the corner, there's one student who is still focused on the very first instruction. You watch them, and you can see the absolute focus. They are applying every ounce of their attention to the page, yet the pace of learning feels different for them. It is heavy and deliberate, like climbing a steep set of stairs while others use an elevator. This struggle often extends beyond the classroom. In daily life, remembering a simple list of instructions at home requires significant, exhausting mental energy. Managing personal routines or interpreting social cues in a conversation takes more time and requires consistent external support. This persistent gap between visible effort and processing speed is a signal. It points toward a specific psychological reality that goes far deeper than a student being slow. Psychologically, an intellectual disability is defined by two working parts that shape how an individual interacts with the world. The first part is intellectual functioning. This is the capacity for learning and abstract thinking, which is typically measured by an IQ score below 70. An IQ score is only one half of the picture. The second requirement is a difficulty in adaptive behavior, the practical skills needed to live independently. This manifests as specific challenges in communication, self-care routines, and social interaction. A diagnosis requires both of these factors to be present. Together, they explain struggles with both abstract classroom concepts and practical real-world situations. There is a third requirement, the developmental timeline. These patterns of behavior and functioning must emerge during the period when the brain is still maturing. This means the condition presents itself before the age of 18. Establishing this timeline shifts our focus toward the biological growth of the individual, moving the conversation away from assumptions about personal effort or willpower. The root is neurological. Because of genetic factors or birth complications, the brain develops differently, which creates a unique and specific learning curve. Understanding these biological origins allows us to see a structural reality where others might only see a behavioral problem. When we look past the diagnosis, we often find individuals who are remarkably warm, expressive, and emotionally connected. This label identifies a specific pattern in learning, leaving the person's character and human potential as a vast, separate territory. Society often defaults to judging an individual's worth based on academic marks or the speed at which they grasp new information. We can choose to shift that lens. We can choose to value the raw effort a person puts in, regardless of their processing speed. Success is best measured by tracking individual growth and specific personal milestones, moving past the constraints of standardized benchmarks. We have the opportunity to replace quick judgment with structured, patient support. A student's ultimate success rests on the time, patience, and supportive environment we provide, the crucial factors that allow true growth to happen.